Hi there, Steve Kaufman here again. I'm continuing in my series of frequently asked questions about language learning. Some of you follow my blog, The Linguist on Language. Some of you are members of Link. I talk from my own experience, not from any great scientific research. It may surprise some of you that one of the questions that I am asked most often is, should I learn several languages at the same time, or should I just focus on one at a time? Now, many of you have probably, not yet succeeded in learning one foreign language to the level that you would like. So you may find it surprising that people are asking me about learning multiple languages. But in fact, once you've conquered your first language, you very quickly start looking at a second and a third and a fourth foreign language to learn. It's not that difficult to do once you get the hang of it. So, what's my take on this? All of these things depend on your individual, preferences and so forth. I find it difficult to concentrate on more than one language at a time. That is to say, if I'm starting a new language or I'm still in the middle of that period where we're trying to achieve a certain level in the language, I find it difficult to take myself away from my main love to then focus on another, predilection, so to speak. So I'll typically go very hard at one language. And I believe there's value in intensity, that the more intensively or intensely you pursue a language, the better. So if you have an hour a day to spend on language learning, or 2 or 3 or half an hour, whatever it might be, I think there's an advantage in focusing that on that one language. So that day after day after day, you're with that one language. I think you're going to achieve more. I will sometimes sort of go 80-90% on one language and then spend 10-20% on a minor language, which, in the case, say, of Portuguese, is so similar to Spanish that it's kind of less effort. But I find it difficult to take myself away from my main preoccupation, my main love at a given moment, which, for example, for me, for the last 3-4 years has been Russian. I may get away from that and move on to something else. So it's entirely up to you. I know there are people who simultaneously study 3 or 4 languages. I would recommend that you at least focus on one for a given period of time, whether it be 3 months, 6 months. Give it your best shot, go at it with a lot of intensity, then leave it, whatever level you've achieved there, and go on to another one. A few other bits of advice: if you leave a language after 3 or 6 months, you won't forget it. If you study another language, when you go back to that first language, you will actually find that you've improved. I found this over and over again. Yeah, you'll be rusty at first, but studying a second or a third language is all part of improving your ability to learn languages. And when you go back to that first language, the second language, the first foreign language, you will have improved. So there's no danger in studying 2 or 3 or 4 languages, whether you do them at the same time or whether you do them sort of in sequence. I prefer to focus on one at a time. So there you have it. That's my take on studying multiple languages. I hope that's helpful. I should add, let me know what questions you have, and they can be general questions about language learning, or they can be specific questions about how do I deal with the subjunctive in Spanish, or the case endings in Russian, or any specific language problem that you have, learning the characters in Chinese, whatever it might be. Let me know what you are interested in. So, thank you for listening.